did this face come back? To say goodbye?
I don't think that's a plane. It's a spaceship in trouble.
Oh my God, where are we?
I'm sorry, Donna. He's here. Driving you mad. Laughing at the human race.
What the hell?
Hello and welcome to a very special episode of Who Watches Who, and probably an extremely short episode of Who Watches Who, because it is a bonus episode looking at the brand new Doctor Who trailer that just dropped before Eurovision came on tonight. And it is short.
Who do you
It
want
is a
to
short
win
one.
Eurovision?
Brazil.
I'm gonna bet Ukraine is gonna win Eurovision. It makes the most sense.
Again?
Yes.
Do you think they're gonna win
It
again?
makes the most sense.
For a second
The war
time?
is still going on, so you know.
They'll just win every
Yeah.
time for as long as the war goes on, because Eurovision's not politically motivated. Future Matthew editing this. Sweden won Eurovision. Scott's an idiot. He doesn't know anything. What a big dumb loser that is. We should all laugh at him. Ha 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 ha. But yeah, no. The Doctor Who dropped a trailer, so we are dropping a bonus episode looking at that trailer. Hopefully it is out on Saturday. We're doing another recording tonight, so it may be out on Sunday because I'm not staying up all night editing. But this is a short video, or I hope it's a short video, so it might just take like 2 minutes to cut together.
Watch
and then
us
I'll
turn
do it,
into a 2-hour ramble for no reason.
It's possible. It is possible. But this is actually our first bonus episode in 6 months. Do you know what our last bonus episode was?
Must have been.
Or at least I think it was.
Must have been the Christmas Day trailer, but no, actually, we would have covered.
Was Christmas Day 6 months ago?
That was the last big thing that happened. So.
Was it? Was it the last
Yes.
big thing that happened?
Well,
When did Jodie regenerate?
that was like in October.
Well, our last bonus episode was 6 months ago. It was Is Dan Safe? The
All
Power of
right.
the Doctor trailer reaction. So, and that came out on the 11th of October 2022.
So I guess we covered the
Which was-
Christmas Day trailer at the end of the news. At the end of the month
Yeah,
news video.
we would have just covered it on the news. Because that was our last bonus episode.
Jesus.
So it's been a while since we've actually... I can't believe October was only 6 months ago. It feels a lot
And
longer.
another 6 months
that.
till another 6 months to wait for a new Doctor Who. That's
Oh my God.
insane. But at least we're getting some footage
We
and
are.
some buzz about it.
You say that we're getting like I'm happy we're getting a Doctor Who trailer. I mean, this is more than we got in Chibnall era ever. But it's like 30 seconds.
Yeah.
It's 30 seconds, man.
We did also get
Like,
the Christmas
drip
Day
feeding
trailer,
it.
which was like, was it a minute or was it 90 seconds? I can't remember.
Yeah, something like, I don't remember how long it was. Actually, I'll be able to find out like right now because I'm on the Doctor Who's YouTube page. Oh wait, except they post a bunch of crap all the time. So I have no idea. Their YouTube does it really well, even though they just post like crap and clips. They get like consistent between like 10,000 and 100,000 views for every upload. That's wild. Doctor Who fans, what are they like?
Are we going to talk about this trailer?
Let's just talk about the trailer. So this trailer opens up with the dramatic music we've been hearing, and Donna Noble talking like, you know, why is this face back? Is it to say goodbye? So this is it actually confirms a couple things, or it confirms one thing, and that is Donna remembers. Donna 100% remembers.
At
who the
least
Doctor
in
is.
this point of the episode or something. Because she doesn't remember to begin with, because we saw that clip of Donna's mum trying to hide the Doctor in the Christmas Day trailer.
Yeah, and she's like, "Don't look at him, he's
Skinny
not
man.
here, he's not here."
So yeah, there's something that awakens her memory of her head exploding, which is good. I'm glad to see she doesn't die.
It would be a twist that, Davis is like, oh yeah, no, you can come back, Catherine Tate, and the first scene, your head explodes.
The Doctor is also just outside Cyberdog, which people thought was a reference to the Cybermen probably coming back, but it's an actual location in Cardiff, I think.
Oh, okay. Okay, interesting. Well, we've got to go there because that place, it's got giant robots outside the doors.
Ace.
It looks awesome. Yeah, it looks really good. We also see when we see a shot of Catherine Tate in her kitchen as she says to say goodbye, but that's voiceover saying that, not actually her. So I feel like this is two different scenes getting melded together again. Because it's a sneaky little boy. We then get the shot that we've already really seen with the I don't remember the name of the bug aliens that are from the comic books.
The Wrath Warriors who are hunting Beep the Meep. Or is it Meep the Beep? I always get those mixed up. Is it Beep the Meep or Meep the Beep?
It's Beep the Meep. Beep the Meep.
And then we get the reveal that Special 1 is called The Star Beast, which was the title of the comic strip where Beep the Meep first appeared. So it's a direct adaptation, apparently.
Interesting. It makes me think this trilogy of episodes is entirely going to be around Beep the Meep. Now, like, there's no saying that every, like, because we got the title reveals, and then we got, like, clips presumably from each title that it's in, and the last title reveal is called The Giggling or whatever, and it has Beep the Meep in it. So my guess is
we get Beep the Meep after the title reveal. The clips are it corresponds. So the clips before it are what Special is from. So the first clip is Special 1 is the Doctor walking around Cyberdog. The next one is the redacted one. The following one is the giggling one.
Oh, okay.
The last clip is just from Special 1 again.
Okay. It could be that. It could be the way that I saw it as well. You don't know.
It could be, but it isn't. And also, they make use of the old time vortex from the original Russell T Davies era.
Yes.
And also, when they've been teasing us with their ident breaking down and glitching, they've been using the 2008 theme song, which I don't think will be in the final version. It might be. There's a chance.
They might bring it back just for the 60th as a bit of nostalgia, and then change it again when Shooty comes in. I could see them doing that.
I'd be down for a different theme song every week for the trilogy, at least.
Yeah, that'd be kind of fun. But I feel like they'll go back to David Tennant's era of stuff. So, they'll have the original the only thing I think it's going to miss is the surfboard Doctor Who logo.
Yeah.
We need that surfboard back. But yeah, we see the bug people. We get the title for Special 1, which is the Star Beast. And then we cut into a bunch of redacted stuff with it looks like the Doctor inside the new TARDIS, maybe, which is all white and fancy. Or he could just be on a random spaceship. It's hard to tell with all the redacted.
The first clip is of Donna being like, "What the hell is going on?" And the background behind her is just a dirty spaceship interior. So I don't think it's going to be the new TARDIS, unless the new TARDIS is really, really dirty for some reason. I think it's just a random spaceship.
It could be, yeah. It's hard to tell. It's also no way of knowing if these scenes are even in the same location.
But
because of all.
So Special 2 is the one we're not going to get to see much of because Russell T Davies wants to keep it the secret the most. So I think this is going to be the big 60th anniversary to think about it. If you want to consider one special to be the 60th anniversary, I think it's going to be a big one of like returning characters, returning villains. I think it's going to be a big one.
Yeah. It's the one they revealed the least about, so it's the one that we have the most questions.
It's called The
sure.
Wild Blue Yonder, which makes me think that it's going to be exploring space quite a bit. I don't know. I can't think of anything
or the
Yeah,
TARDIS, or
perhaps.
the TARDIS.
Maybe we get lost
know,
in TARDIS and we go
it
into
could-
different rooms where.
journey to the journey to the center of the TARDIS.
What if
part two, and there's like these zombie fire.
What if
people
the
around.
TARDIS is kind of closing in on itself? And like, oh, the Fourth Doctor and Sarah Jane are here for some reason. and we keep going forward and they keep reliving like past adventures.
I wonder if that'll be the episode Shooty shows up in, or if he's going to show up in the third special. It would make more sense for him to show up in the well, I mean, inevitably he's going to show up in the third special
Yeah.
because presumably David Tennant's going to regenerate in that
We'll
episode.
We'll see.
But yeah. Speaking about the third one, we see David Tennant looking at Neil Patrick Harris as he's dancing in the street, and we also see somebody riding a police motorbike with a ginger mohawk, which is an interesting look. I can't really make out who it
Yeah.
is, or who it's supposed to be, because it's probably just a stuntman. But still, we also get a great scene of Neil Patrick Harris dancing with David Tennant in the streets as other people are dancing around him. And there's also a bit where David Tennant says he's been laughing at the human race, and he's in like a giant office building. Maybe unit.
Yeah,
unit
I think
building?
it feels like unit. I'm gonna zoom in on.
It looks. It looks like people
Yeah,
are
I
in
think I
uniform, which would make
I
me
think
think
I see
unit.
a U on the back of one of her jackets, so it does look like he's in unit, and unit's probably being hacked by Neil Patrick Harris.
Yes, with a doll, a weird, creepy doll, which would fit with the toy
Yeah.
maker villain idea, wouldn't it? You know, with this weird, creepy toy dude. So I feel like that theory of Neil Patrick Harris playing the toy maker is pretty much 100%.
It does feel like we're tipping into like the Joker. It feels more Joker-esque than anything at the moment. Especially if the giggle just makes me think of a Joker. But what a weird way to end the trilogy. It feels out of place for an ending of the 14th Doctor, you know. I'm just wondering how it fits together.
I don't know how it's gonna fit together at all.
But you know,
or if it is even gonna be a trilogy. Like it could just be, here are 3 adventures with David Tennant again. Wasn't that fun? Anyway, Shooty Gatla's here now.
It's one of Neil Patrick Harris, and we've been speculating that Neil Patrick Harris is the reason the Doctor has this face again. So maybe that's a big reveal episode. We'll never know until it airs.
Yeah,
that's what I like. Because we get so little of what's actually happening, but we still get so much more of in the Chibnall era.
Yeah. It's just nice to talk about new Doctor Who and be like, I don't know what any of this means, but it's cool, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, that we're looking at frames of Doctor Who we've never seen before. But there we get the title reveal. The post credits is the ET scene with Beep the Meep hiding in a bunch of stuffed tissues. Donna pokes him in the eye. It makes it like a squeaky noise, and then he like yells, and everybody had a good old giggle about it. I am so impressed with how Beep the Meep looks. He looks fantastic. Like, it's such a good looking effect.
Yeah, and it looks, you can tell it looks just like a toy. It doesn't look out of place in that one shot. Also this goes back to when we watched the Christmas Day trailer, and I was like, this feels like E.T. And then they do this shot where it's literally just E.T. So yeah, it feels like a massive homage to like 80s sci-fi movies, which I'm looking forward to seeing. Because obviously, Beep the Meep, was he introduced in the 80s? I need to look this up.
I feel the art style from the comic book makes me feel like yes, he was. But it could be the 90s.
1980 exactly. So yes, this was introduced in the 1980s,
yes.
2 years before E.T. came out.
So that'll be. What I'm interested in is how, like you said, it's going to probably be a direct adaptation of the actual comic, but I want to know if Russell T Davies is going to do any twists to it, because if not, then dorks like you and I have spoiled ourselves by finding out what this comic is about and learning everything we can possibly about Beep the Meep and the surrounding story around him. which will make the first special, I think, a bit underwhelming to be like, I knew everything that was going on in this episode.
Oh yeah, yeah. The comic is only like 10 pages long. I'm sure there's gonna be more to it in a 16-minute special. This isn't even the first comic adaptation. Remember The Lodger with James Corden? That was like a 2006 comic strip in the Doctor Who magazine where the 10th Doctor was a lodger to Noel Clark's character, Mickey Smith. So,
oh, wow. That would have been funny. Yeah, the Lodger's an alright episode. I think it's the better of the James Corden
I forgot.
ones.
I haven't mentioned this on the podcast, but Beat the Meep is, of course, created by one of the guys. Yeah,
sorry. One of the guys.
I'm trying to...
One of the guys did it.
For some reason,
cool.
It's not on the Wikipedia page, but it's created by Dave Gibbons, who was a Watchman, who did the art for Watchmen comics.
Oh, okay.
So we're going to be talking
and connection to the pod.
We're going to be connection to the pod, because this podcast is based on Watchmen. Who watches the Watchmen? Who watches who?
Yeah.
Anything else to talk about in the trailer?
But there's, I don't know. There's just theories mainly, because we've talked about like everything that there really is to break down in the trailer, and like even theory wise, this trailer gives almost nothing. Like, we don't see Shooty again, who we saw in the Christmas special, but we're not seeing any more of him, and I don't think we're gonna see any more of him at all until the episode actually airs. We've got basically no real look into what the plots of these episodes are going to be, other than why is David Tennant back? That's the mystery going into this, and what we need solved. And we Neil Patrick Harris is almost 100% playing the Toymaker. Beep the Meep is the Beep the Meep comic book. What is the second one? What is Wild Blue Yonder? There's a lot of questions that we still need answered, which I hope we don't get answers to. I hope, as annoying as it is, because it makes talking about the trailers really difficult, I hope the trailers stay this big, because I don't want to watch a trailer and to have it spoiled. If we weren't doing if we weren't doing the podcast, I don't know if I would want to watch this trailer. I inevitably would, because I'm a weak soul and I would cave into it, like just the excitement of seeing it. But there would be a part of me like I don't want anything spoiled. And if as we get closer to the date, if they start ramping up the marketing and then they're like, oh, here's like all the twists in the trailers, which is a risk that could happen, and we just see everything and it ruins it, which would suck. And say what you will about the marketing for Chibnall era, nothing got spoiled. Nothing ever got spoiled.
Yeah, but the problem with the Chibnall era is nothing got revealed at all. Like that famous clip of John Bishop on Breakfast TV saying that his character was a plasterer from Liverpool.
Easy for you to say.
And then the BBC were like, "Oh no, you can't reveal that information. It's too much." And it's like, he like the fact that Dan was a plasterer did nothing in the show.
Mm-hmm.
Like it wasn't even brought up once, and a big deal was made about it.
I don't think it was. Yeah. I don't know if it was ever brought. Maybe they cut it out because he spoiled it, and they were like, you know what, make you look like an absolute fucking idiot. We're getting rid of this.
But yeah, with Russell T Davies involved, I'm sure there's nothing we won't see that isn't meant to be seen. And I have faith of Russell T Davies, because obviously he said he cut out like 30 seconds of the Christmas Day trailer because it was footage from Special 2, and he was like, this is too much. I don't want to show Special 2 yet. So I don't think we'll find out what Special 2 is about until the end of Special 1, honestly.
Yes, I agree completely. Sorry, I was just reading the YouTube comments on the Doctor Who video to see if anyone's got some shockingly bad takes. But so far, everybody's basically just like, oh my god, I'm really excited. This looks incredible. Wow, 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 wow. I love David Tennant, basically. Which is what you want to see. It's nice to see positively in Doctor Who again, and a comment section that's not filled with hate. And again, I've said it before David Tennant was cast, or before he was cast again. Is this momentum going to carry through to Shooty? that's the question, isn't it? You know, is the audience that you're gonna bring back with David Tennant coming back, because casual fans of Doctor Who like David Tennant. Oh, he's the Doctor. I like him. I'll watch him again. That's great. And then he leaves again after 3 episodes. You have to introduce a new Doctor to people. Are they going to stay? I hope so. I really do hope so. But there's going to be a certain percentage that only care about David Tennant.
The good thing
sad.
is that Ncuti's first episode is only like a month later, so it's not a long wait. So it's still fresh in people's minds. Oh yeah, I enjoyed this thing a few weeks ago. I'll watch this on Christmas Day, and I think people are going to stay on. I mean, obviously the next series is probably going to start in spring, so again, not a long wait between the Christmas special and series 14. And showing this trailer just before Eurovision was genius, because it's one of the biggest TV events for the BBC this year, alongside Doctor Who. So it only makes sense to market Doctor Who during another huge event. And also the Christmas Day trailer also was a smart move, because Christmas Day TV is huge, or at least it used to be.
Yes.
I'm not sure anymore.
I don't know about it anymore either. But you know, the second they stopped showing Doctor Who on Christmas is the second Christmas died for me. So I'm excited to start celebrating Christmas again when Doctor Who comes back on the TV, because it's not Christmas without a bit of Doctor Who on the TV to watch and go. Like after having your Christmas dinner and being really stuffed and tired and watching Doctor Who and going, God, that was terrible. You know, that is Christmas. That is what Christmas should be. Like,
well, yeah, we have a lot to look forward to.
We have, and we've managed to turn a 30-second advert into 20 minutes of content. And if that isn't what podcasting is all about, I'm not sure what a podcast is. But there's not a lot else to talk about, so I'm just going to wrap it up, unless you've got anything else you want to say. No? Cool. Thank you very much for listening to our ramblings on this Doctor Who trailer that's come out. If you're new to the channel, please check out the rest of our podcasts. We cover Doctor Who from the Big Finish audio dramas to Classic Who to New Who. We do it all. We're currently this year going through every Doctor chronologically, coinciding with the months. We have just wrapped up. Yes, we have just wrapped up. Haha, I'm trying to remember where we are because we record things out of order. But we have just wrapped up our look into Peter Davidson with the Caves of Androzani. So you could check that out if you haven't. This is a podcast available in audio form anywhere you listen to podcasts. It's also in video form if you're listening to this on the audio on YouTube. That's at Who Watches Who on YouTube. Give us a subscribe and a nice like to this video. That would be pretty groovy. And if you're listening to this in audio form, why don't you leave us a review? You can also hit us up on Facebook at Who Watches Who and on Twitter at WatchesDoctor for all social media things, and leave a comment below on what your theories for this new era of Doctor Who's going to look like. I'm pretty excited. I think that's everything I need to say. So, bye.